Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Monday, April 25th, and these are your bell ringer problems. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got a little off track last week. We have to get back on track, so that is why I'm recording this video for you. We have problems number 1 through 4 that we need to take a look at, and then we have bell ringer or extra practice problems number 1 and 2. All right. Problem number 1, how many cups are in 5 pints? How many cups are in 5 pints? Well, I know that there are 2 cups in 1 pint, so I can take those 5 pints times 2 and find out that there are 10 cups in 5 pints. There are 10 cups in 5 pints. All right. Next, we want to take a look at 2 2/3 plus 2 1/6. As I'm looking here, that 2 2/3 and 2 1/6, I know that I cannot add these because I do not have a common denominator, but I know that if I multiply 2/3 times 2, and whatever I do at the bottom, I have to do the top, I am going to get a common denominator. So now I have 2 4/6 plus 2 1/6. This is a pretty easy problem because I can add my whole number plus my whole number and get 4. And 4/6 plus 1/6 and get 5/6. And I do not have to reduce at all for that problem, so I can keep it right as it is. Alright. Problem number 3. What temperature is shown on the thermometer? Well, as I look at my thermometer over here, I can see that it's right at negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit. If you'll notice, there is a little minus sign, so I know that that is negative 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, and then finally for number 3, we need to add 6 65/100 plus 7/10 plus 5. And I know that when I'm adding, I have to line up my decimal, and then I can fill in any space with zeros that I need, just to tell myself that 7/10 is the same as 70/100, and 5 can have as many zeros that it needs after it. Okay, so 5 plus 0 is going to give me 5. 6 plus 7 is going to give me 13. 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 1 is 12. And then I just bring my decimal straight down into my answer. So I get 12 35/100. All right, now let's take a look at problem number 1 on our test practice questions here. If you're rounding to the nearest 100,000, which number does not round to 200,000? Well, 1, and I look next door, that one does round to 2,000. 1 with an 8 next door, that one does round to 200,000, so I can mark that one off, that one off. 2 with the 4 next door, that does round to, but 2 with the 5 next door would round up to 300,000. So this one does not round to 200,000. There we go. All right, and then problem number 2. Which statement is true? Well, I have 7/100 is greater than 7/10, not true. I have 85/100 is less than 59/100, not true, because of my 8 and my 5 tell me that. 6/10 is less than 64/100. Well, 0.60 and 0.64, that is true. I'm going to go on to check that 88/100 is not less than 8/10 because that stands for 0.80. This stands for 0.88, so not true. All right. So our hashtag for this Monday is back on track. It's time to get back on track, folks. Let's get there.